Hello, it's Heather Lee Cameron again. I would like to talk about something more personal in nature that I've deemed my emotional closet and my fight to come out of my emotional closet. I know that coming out of the closet is a term that means coming out as gay, but let me make this clear, I'm not gay. I'm very straight, and I always will be, but I very much love the fight that the people that are gay and transgender and that, I love their fight. I love their willpower, I love their strength, I love their energy, I love their passion to show that they are not afraid to live as they love and love how they live. Kudos to them. Anyway, I really hope this doesn't offend anyone, but I feel a lot of the times that I'm in my own personal closet because I'm struggling to find pride in who I am and how my mind works. Because, I'm not like everybody else. I've got this disability called non-verbal learning disorder. It is similar to Asperger's, and as we all know, Asperger's is a form of autism. But you know what? To me, it's relatively new because I was not properly diagnosed until 2011 when I applied to be on a provincial disability, and they needed to actually have me assessed by a psychologist as part of this application. And I've also got a touch of ADHD, which is attention deficit hyperactive disorder. I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's just it is what it is. Unfortunately, I can't take pride in the way that God made me, in my uniqueness, or in the fact that I see the world a little bit differently than everyone else, because people have been brought up according to society's rules, and society rules that different is bad. There has always been a bit of a stigma against those with disabilities because they don't fit the mold that society has created and defines normal people by. I've done research through being in college on people with disabilities and the whole history of people with disabilities, and they used to be institutionalized, locked away from the world, or subjected to surgery that would just render them helpless. And you know what? It's sad. It's shameful. Even now there are still institutionalization options for severely disabled people, and it's horrifying. Why should people be locked away from the world simply because they're different? Why? How is that right? How is that right or fair? Instead of giving people who are different a chance to find their niche in the world, you just lock them up and throw away the key just so you can forget that they even exist. No! No, no, no. That's not right, that's not fair, and it shouldn't even be legal. It shouldn't. Because in the older days, that is exactly what society used to do to gay people. Is lock them up, throw away the key, and act as if they didn't exist simply because they saw the world and life differently. Eventually, society's still coming to terms with the beauty of diversity. Eventually, though, the struggle became easier, but the struggle is not easier for everyone. Honestly, it's not. My disability is somewhat different than what the definition of a typical disability is. Disability means disabled, unable to do certain things. You know what? Don't diss my abilities just because I have a disability. It can't be seen at first glance. I don't have any crutches or prosthetic limbs. I have glasses, but that's not a disability. That's just to help sharpen up my vision a little more. I mean, crap. You can't see my disability, so your first thought is, are you making this up? Are you lying about it? No. My disability's in here, and like, it's an emotional, social disability. I'm very much like Mr. Spock from Star Trek in that emotions, emotional responses, social cues, they don't come easy to me. I don't have those skills. I have to develop them through experience. But you know, I'm very intelligent and I have a lot to give to those who are willing to work with me and give me patience. It's a struggle though. It's a struggle that's been going on since I was a child. I mean, I was born in 1987. The 90s were not easy because I was misdiagnosed for one, and there were very few, if any, who would really take the time to be patient and caring towards me. I was very intelligent, so I was able to get through school based on that, but I went through so many different schools simply because the social aspect was not there. And it was just simply easier to take me out of school. It was easier for my poor mom because my dad was an alcoholic and didn't give a crap. It was easier for my poor mom having to deal with all this to just put me in a different school away from the negative situation rather than battle with teachers who didn't get it. I mean, there's been remarkable progress made on some fronts of disabilities now in the education system, but there's so much more that could be done. Honestly. Why doesn't the government allocate some funding for those in schools who have special needs? I mean, don't just stream them and assume that they'll fail, because you know what? Those who are given a little extra help in certain areas may do very well if they're just given the chance to succeed. My story. I was in a special program in school, but I also took some regular classes because my intelligence was such that I could do certain things very well and certain things not so well. And you know, that's where I learned to write. That's where I found my gift. Writing is a gift to me. I'm very talented at it. I've got 10 years of journalism freelance experience. I've written fan fiction, blogs, all sorts of wonderful things all over the internet. Because I found my gift. I was given an opportunity to find my gift. Some learning comes easy to me, and other learning is harder. But I'm not one who should be given up on. You know what? It's sometimes like I'm living in a closet. Emotional barriers, fear of being discovered. I'm so ashamed sometimes to be who I truly am, to thrive in this disability simply because people hate it, and they are not afraid to tell me that they hate it, that they think it's disgusting, that they think it's wrong and unnatural for someone like me to have a disability and try to live a normal life. But you know, I've improved a great deal over the years, and I am aware of my struggle now, and I am becoming aware of how to adapt to situations as needed. It's a very lonely journey, because people choose to freak out, and most people will disassociate themselves with me, or they'll tease me, they'll shun me, they'll say bad things about me online, they'll say my disability's fake and that I'm just a rude, heartless bee with an edge, pardon the language. I'm sure you all know what that means if you think about it. Honestly, I've been denied housing opportunities at having friends, meaningful relationships with guys, because yes, I'm a girl. I want a relationship with someone who can love me for as I am. And I've also been denied employment opportunities because I've got a disability. And employers aren't willing to deal with that. I mean, supposedly there is a subsidy that employers can collect for employing people with special needs. I don't know what it is that's keeping them from hiring me, but I'm quite skilled, for crap's sake. I've got a high school diploma. I've got a diploma in communication arts print journalism from Lethbridge College. Got it in 2007. I've got 10 years of freelance experience. I've got a great deal of theatrical experience. I've got a certificate in administrative assistant online courses through BYU Idaho. I've been on a service mission to the Bishop's Storehouse in Lethbridge, Alberta. I've done so many great things. I've got so many skills. I have my own YouTube channel, and I've had that since 2009. I've done so many creative things online, and my journalism portfolio is also online. And I've gotten A's in all the courses I took recently. I took 5 courses for my certificate. I got A's in all of those. I'm highly intelligent. But you know, people fear the unknown. They do. And being repeatedly denied opportunities simply because people fear the unknown and they don't want to get the real me. They just see that I'm different and on disability, and they run. That whole fiasco, the whole hatred thing really wears on my personal morale. It really does, because people with disabilities have feelings. I have feelings, even though I have somewhat of a Vulcan personality and don't understand emotional and social cues or jokes or sarcasm. Even Spock had feelings, and I'm sure at times they were somewhat hurt because he had a very human side that he did not know how to express properly. And that's probably why I like Star Trek so much, because I can liken myself to Spock in that we are the same. We're both trying to cope with being in an emotionally charged world where we ourselves do not have those skills readily available to us, and we know how to use them. Honestly, nobody likes being on an island when it comes to life. I don't. I want to be proud of how God made me. I really do. But you know, this teasing and shunning and hatred has happened all my life, and I'm going to be 30 in November. That's a pretty sad thing to be happening all your life, even in my church, because I am a Mormon. I've been bullied relentlessly through Young Women's and through YSA, and it's just made me almost quit going to church a couple different times. And my mom personally said that she wouldn't blame me or stop loving me if I stopped going to church because of the bullying, but I don't know why I kept going. Oh yes, I do. The gospel's true. But that's besides the point. People don't hesitate to cruelly mock me and tell me that I am nothing, because people are jerks. People are jerks to me all the time. I see it all the time. I mean, and it makes people's reactions to my being different. Really? And then they don't talk to me again, or they tell lies about me behind my back that defame my character when they didn't even choose to get to know me. Honestly, I am repeatedly shutting myself in an emotional closet simply because people don't like it when I'm my true self. And I need compassion, patience, love, and understanding so that I feel encouraged enough to come out of that emotional closet. I will still live even if I'm hated. I'll still live and try my best to love life as it is and what it can be. Even if I come across as a jerk, I don't mean it. I'm protecting myself from pain I've already been through, and that's been quite a bit, because not even my own dad accepted me for who I was. And I've got a good stepdad, and I've got a good mom, and I've got a good brother. But, it's still very hard. I honestly enjoy diversity. I enjoy the diversity that's in this world today. I wasn't exposed to much diversity. I was kind of sheltered because of my misdiagnosis when I was younger. And I was made to believe through interactions with other people that different was bad and that I was bad and a terrible sinner because I was different. And going to counseling has made me realize that my disability isn't a sin that needs to be repented of. My disability is a disability. I'm a person with a disability. There's a long way to go in terms of my understanding about how the world works and how people live, but I'm no longer going to allow people to make me feel as if my disability is a sin that needs to be repented from, or that I'm not worthy of finding a wonderful person and being married, or that I'm not worthy of having a house of my own and a flourishing career. I just need a chance. I ask questions so I can better understand the world. And people get mad at me. How fair is that? When I don't understand something, I'm assuming that it's okay to ask to understand, but people get mad and they're like, no, you don't deserve to know this. You're a dumb Mormon with a disability that's not even real. My disability is very real, and hence, sometimes I speak in ignorance. And then I get into trouble because I really didn't understand what I said. I mean, even Spock went through that. And of course I know Spock is a fictional character, but he's someone I can relate to. I want to improve my social skills so very badly because they are lacking due to my disability. But the only way I can understand how to go about things properly is to ask questions. It's not always going to work for me to watch others lead by example. My mom always told me, and she still tells me, that the world is not going to change for Heather B. Cameron. That I need to change to fit into this world. I want to be cared about. And I know you want to be cared about. I know everybody wants to be cared about. But here's the thing. I no longer have the emotional tolerance to care about your life or who you are or what you're about if you can't take the time to care about me. Because I used to care about everybody. I used to be an openly loving, caring person. Even if I was teased, I would simply forgive and just continue to think that I could be friends with everybody. I know that's not the case. I mean, crap. I'm getting older. I need to come out of this emotional closet that I'm in so I can truly, truly, truly learn who I am and who I can be. So that I can learn what I can truly do and give to this world. I just need a chance to prove myself to those around me. I can do great things. I'm so skilled. Please, just give me the opportunity to prove myself, and I will prove that I am a valuable member of society. I am a person with a disability, yes. But don't discount my abilities just because I may show them in a different way than everybody else. I hope you enjoyed my coming out of my emotional closet. This has been very therapeutic. I'm hoping that I make a difference with these words, because indifference is an epidemic. It's a nasty disease that's going to kill us all one day if we don't stop relying on it to survive. enjoy different. Be proud of who you are. Embrace diversity so that I can be proud of who I am. Thanks for listening.